Hello, welcome back to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam. That's Todd Anderson. We got Rob over there in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
He'll be taking all of your questions and comments, but be sure to tag at SCG Tour in the chat if you want him to see them, and he'll be sending his best over to us. As always, we are brought to you by Star City Games and Carnox Chairs. Lean back.
Do it.
Where's the lever? Where's the lever?
It's right next to your... It's on your arm, always. It's literally in the same spot every time.
Yeah, I know. And now I'm leaned back and everything is good.
Okay. So, first match of the day. Let's go down to the roulette wheel, if that's okay. Yep. So, we are doing modern roulette, where we basically spin the wheel and we play two modern decks against each other. There was one bad deck in Possibility Storm, and somehow victorious. Just gonna say
Don't remind me.
Yeah. We have one good deck. We're not going to reveal what that is just yet. And then we have four.
You might be able to guess.
Yeah, you can probably guess which the good deck is. But now we're down to four, so we're going to do it based on colors. So green here, red here, and we're going to spin it, and basically whichever one lands on. Wait, is that how we're doing this?
So we're still using the red and yellow indicators. Yellow for Todd, red for me. And then this outside wheel here, that's just 4 sections, so we don't have to do any respins.
Okay,
and then
cool.
This will be red, blue, green, yellow for that.
All right, so do you want to go first or second?
Yeah, I'll spin.
All right.
Looks like green.
Green. All right.
That's over here.
Do you want to reveal it now, or do you want to reveal them at the same time?
Well, you do your spin.
I get blue.
It's over here.
Right.
Okay. So these go here. I'll reveal first.
All right. What you got?
Got a Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. That's
classic Azorius control strategy.
Indeed.
Nice. And I'm going to be playing Mono Red Phoenix. Okay. I like it. All right. So the last match, we'll go over that when we get to it, but we're basically eliminating the decks as we play them, so we don't get any repeats. All right, so let's talk about this Mono Red Phoenix deck.
Yeah, so this is a version with Arclight Phoenix. There are some lists that don't, and I'm more focused on prowess, creatures.
Mm-hmm.
A deck that has gained a lot from Modern Horizons. Lava Dart is excellent in it. Just multiple spells for Phoenix, multiple spells for prowess. You're sort of a burn deck anyway, so 1 mana, 2 damage is not the worst to complement your lightning bolts and lava spikes.
Yeah, and you just want a raw number of high prowess triggers, especially in a card that can be discarded via Faithless Looting or whatever.
Yeah, so a more aggressive take, like a traditionally aggressive creature heavy take on the burn deck, I would say. They play pretty similarly. This is a little bit more powerful. I think you're going to see more turn 3 wins with the Mono Red Prowess deck. But also a little finicky with its draws. Unlike Izzet, it doesn't have the cantrips to set everything up. It really is relying on its opening 10 to 11 cards, depending on how many cantrips it does draw, and it really needs those to pan out pretty well.
Now, I've been toying with a couple of different variations on this archetype that are way more focusing on things like Bedlam Reveler and Seasoned Pyromancer as a means to discard Phoenix, and uses stuff like Desperate Ritual and Pyretic Ritual to kind of power those out. This one is significantly different. We got Lava Spike, we got Lava Dart, Gut Shot. We're trying to play an early Mosseri Mentor or Swift Spear or Soulscar Mage, and then just kind of ride those to victory while we cast our other spells.
Yeah, there are issues that will arise with this version of the deck, where if your creatures die early, unlike Burn, very few of your creatures have haste. Your Phoenixes aren't coming down until turn 3, so that gives your opponent time to set up. You're never really getting in that first chunk with Goblin Guide on turn 1, that easy damage with Eidolon, even if they have a removal spell for it. So it's easier to trade for your creatures at no damage, and then your burn spells aren't enough to finish your opponent off. But the Azorius control deck does not have a lot of early interaction outside of Path to Exile, which is a pretty bad card to be casting on turns 1 and 2 and ramping you. So I think that's going to be a pretty big advantage for you. I do have some life gain here in the deck, so that's going to help out. But these are 2 decks that I expect to show up in pretty healthy numbers this weekend. So this is a matchup that you have a good chance of seeing on camera at some point.
And I know Ryan Overturf specifically is a huge fan of this kind of mono red spell heavy deck, though he has gone far away from Izzet Phoenix completely and has leaned a little bit lower to the ground with Blister Coil Weird, which is kind of an honorary prowess creature, and then 4 copies of Bedlam Reveler, which seems like pretty cool. I almost played his list, but he hasn't 5-0'd with it. He's only 4-1'd with it, and we got to lean on the 5-0s.
Come on, Ryan.
Come on, Ryan. Come on.
Can't be slacking here with these 4-1s.
All right. Well, previous match winner was me, so you get to be on the play here for the second match of the day. What you got?
I think this hand is reasonable on the play.
Mull 7, Mull 7, Mull
No,
7.
it's good enough.
I got a Mull.
Okay.
Okay. I was hoping I kind of wanted to keep it with no land, double gut shot, lap stage.
Ryan says he doesn't think anybody has ever won 5 matches in a row.
Dude, I have not 5-0'd a league in a long time. I 4-1 a lot. But sometimes I just mull 5 and die, or
I 3-2 a lot. That's what I do.
Must be why I get the marble so often. Because I 4-1 a lot, you 3-2 a lot.
It's
really shows who the better player is.
does it? Does it though?
I mean, it's not like I'm playing the best deck every time. I'm trying out weird stuff. I was playing Selesnya Infect for multiple leagues the other day. That deck might be good, though. It did feel pretty good when you were playing it, right?
Not really.
Felt you beat me
Awkward.
very easily multiple times against a deck with like mono, discard, and removal.
Yeah, but that was after he got mad.
Yeah. I just hulked you.
I have no land again.
For those that didn't check in, it was 3:52. 8 minutes before we wrap up.
Yeah.
Todd was up 2-1 in the match and was like, "You want to just take some questions and wrap up?" And I was like, "No, we're playing 2 more games and I'll win them both in 8 minutes." And I did.
Well, I tried to
With a minute to spare.
I
No,
tried
it
to
was 4 o'clock on the dot.
I tried to facilitate that by not mulliganing in game 4. My hand was 5 land, like Gray Merchant, Path Exile. Yeah, that's a good one.
Had a Path Exile.
Yeah.
Didn't do enough.
You had 2 giver. I just got clowned.
Didn't do enough.
Okay. How's your hand? Is it good?
It is a little slow. I would mulligan this hand on the draw,
Okay.
but I think it's a keep on the play.
I've yet to see a land.
If Todd's hand is slow, we can lead on this. If it's a little bit faster, we can lead on this. And then hopefully follow up and take control starting turn 4 or 5. We have mulligan and kept on top.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll start on Celestial Colonnade, the most powerful play in Modern.
Kept no lander. Just kidding.
I will play a Hallowed Fountain.
I'm probably gonna get. Let's see what happens.
Go to 19 from the Sunbaked Canyon.
Metamorphose.
1 prowess trigger.
Okay, make red. Gut shot you. Paying life.
So you're at 18. You're at 17. I'm at 19.
Spend 1 to Light of the Sage.
Yep. So red floating.
Yep.
Jeez.
Cast Faithless Looting.
Yep.
Didn't hit it. All right. Wait, I have a red floating still?
Yeah.
Spike. Take
So I'm
9.
at 16 from the spike and then take 6, go to 10.
Here you go.
You have 2 cards in hand.
I have 2 cards in hand. Pretty good turn 2. Surprised I didn't get Path Exile there.
Pass the turn.
Land for turn.
Yep.
Flashback Faithless Looting.
Brings you to 16.
Yep.
Sure. Before blocks, play Vanilla Click.
Sure.
Target you. I will let you keep those.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the card I'm scared of is Bedlam Reveler, and I don't want to dig Todd further to that.
Mhm.
Him having bolts is fine. Yeah, let's just block.
Okay.
We got our trade.
Your turn.
Playing Narset. I am gonna minus it. I'll just trade with a bolt, but I want to get some more gas. Okay, at least we hit on the last card. You can go. Yep.
Do I want to bolt Narset? Kinda. All right. Pass turn.
End of turn, opt.
Resolves.
Leave this on top. Go to my turn.
I'm thinking. So I can bolt the Narset while he's tapped out. You have Force Negation in your deck, though, so
You know,
I'll just let you have it. It's fine.
minus.
Sure.
And what do I want now? I think I have enough removal, so I'm just take another opt, and I will oust this thing.
Is it 1 down or 2 down?
2 down. Sorry, no, second from the top.
Pick up 1.
So you're at 19.
I'm gonna draw a card first off of Sunbay Canyon.
Okay.
I'm gonna
so
draw
you don't-
this and then this.
You don't want to have the creature for next turn. You can go.
Oh, that's weird. Anamorphose. Oh, you have the Narset.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Probably don't want to do that.
Go.
Pass the turn.
Metamorphose.
Sure.
Make red. Bolt Narset. Bolt you.
I'm at 7.
Draw. Spike you.
So I know one of the cards in your hand is Soulscar Mage.
Mhm.
I will Cryptic, counter, and draw.
Fathom Reveler.
Sure.
Draw 3. Here you go.
Opt.
Yep.
Leave that on top.
This what set is this?
I have no idea.
That's Eternal Masters, the
Okay.
newest one.
Eternal Masters Lava Spike looks a lot like new Lava Dart.
It does.
It like really messed me up early on in my turn. Or my gonna bounce?
That is not what I'm going to do. Hold on.
Okay.
We gotta do this differently.
Sure.
I am going to. No, that's not what I need. There we go. Wrath away this Bedlam Reveler,
You go home.
and then play a Teferi and plus it to 5.
Okay.
And pass the turn. So that'll stop Finale, which is pretty important.
Looting.
Yep.
So Sphere.
Yep.
Looting.
Yep. So it's a 2, it's a 2/3. Still at 7 life here. Todd's down to 1 card. We got 2 lootings in the graveyard.
Go shot you.
So I'm at 6.
I'll hit you to 3.
I'm at 3.
Not sure if that's right, but I drew the Teferi the turn after drew the Finale the turn after he played Teferi, and I just wasn't really sure what to do. Probably should have just discarded land Finale and played Soulscar Swisspear and held the Faithless Looting for the next turn. But he's tapped out. I feel like my creature's not going to do very much. I just kind of wanted to put him to 3, so now he's dead to Spike or Bolt. And I have 1 Spike, 1 Bolt, 2 Bolt, 2 Spike, 3 Spike. So I got 1 Spike and 2 Bolts left.
That is... I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do here.
Even though he's at 3, I just don't feel like I'm gonna come close to winning, which is like kind of weird.
I'm gonna bounce this. I just want to see more cards.
Mhm.
Hopefully that will illuminate my play. Pass turn.
Looting.
That will resolve.
Go.
On your end step, snap opt.
Sure.
Keep that on top.
Okay.
Plus.
Yep.
Jace.
Yep.
It's brainstorm. Any 3 damage spells going at my face anyway.
That's true. Unless you find a... Do you have like one Time of the Reinforcements in there or something? Maybe. I know some lists do.
Yes.
Wish I'd hit a Phoenix earlier with one of those 3 Faithless Lootings before I had to flashback. It's okay.
Pass.
Swiss Spear.
Sure.
Bedlam.
No cards in hand. Yeah, counter that and draw a card.
Okay. Go.
Bounce my Snapcaster.
Oh, sure.
Brainstorm.
Yep. And now he has Snap Cryptic if he wants. I'm pretty dead.
Half that thing. You can go.
Okay. Draw.
Yep.
Gotta read it to make sure I know which one it is because they look exactly the same. Just look like exactly the same. One's got a dude getting a spike through his head, and the other one's just a spike. Flashback looting.
And like.
All right. I will Lava Dart you.
We'll go to 2.
I'll dart you again.
I will go to 1.
I'll bring back 1 Phoenix.
I will snap path it.
Okay. So now, if I draw Lava Dart, he's in a lot of trouble. Gut Shot, he has the counter. Here we go.
End of turn, I will snap opt.
Okay. But he can hit me for 8 and then hit me for 8 again. So I'm at 16. So I think Lava Dart might be my only real out. And maybe even then he might have it covered.
Brainstorm.
Yeah.
So if I activate a colonnade, I
5 mana.
have 5 mana, which is enough to beat a lava dart.
Well, then I'm dead. So just kill me.
You're at 19, right?
I'm at 16.
I missed some life.
Yeah, I took a bunch of damage from gut shots.
Did you get the 3 life you gained from Oust?
Probably not.
I had you
Okay.
going to 16 and then back up to
I had you
19.
at 19, but then you said 16.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I missed the Oust
Okay,
life.
so-
You're right.
So with you at 19, it's a little bit harder.
If you can contain Lava Dart next turn and attack me for 8, I think you should.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about a Swift Spear. So I think I want to attack for 6.
Sure. Okay, put me at 13.
You can go.
You're good.
On your end step, I will opt.
Sure.
Bottom that fetch land. Brainstorm.
Yep.
That was a good draw.
Tilt.
Timely
You have
reinforcements.
Yeah, you would. I have a bolt, but I'm sure you have a counterspell.
Yeah. I'll just
So-
force a negation that one.
Sure.
So real quick,
So
Ross, on the turn that he cast Lava Dart and then flashback Lava Dart,
yeah,
is
that
there a reason
exiles.
you
You
didn't
should just force
force
of
of
negation.
it?
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that card exiles.
Mhm.
I mean, I had the answer to the Phoenix. I wasn't that worried about it. I'm not even sure that that's right.
Well, yeah,
because-
that's why I was just curious. I didn't
Yeah.
know that if you thought about it.
yeah, I did not think about it. I should have, but I'm not. I don't think it's right to. Though it does stop the Phoenix. Like, I kind of want to cast the snap anyway.
All right.
It's going to take me forever to remember that card exiles. By the way,
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
it's just-
because it's in my
like
brain.
Kogak having
In my
trouble.
brain, yeah. Well, I mean, the first I figured that out pretty quick. But like the first time someone was like that exiles, I'm just like, why?
yeah,
It's force of negate. It's not. It's not force of do a different thing. Just make it negate. I don't understand. I really don't like it when cards get overproduced. Like you can always tell when like an additional line of text was added or taken away or something was changed. We're gonna do some sideboarding here. Now, Blood Moon is not a card that's usually that great against the Azorius deck, but I don't really want a whole lot of these gut shots in my deck. Doesn't really do a ton. Lava Dart is good enough against the Vendilion clicks and just dealing a bunch of extra damage via prowess. And the Blood Moons actually shut off a lot of Ross's ways to close quickly, and they can occasionally turn off Cryptic Command or like Snapcaster plus Path to Exile or something like that. If especially if he fetches dual lands early on. We're going to be bringing us Saheeli's as an additional tough threat to deal with. That's about it. The sideboard is pretty linear. Dragon's Claw for other red decks, and Ensnaring Bridge for creature-based decks, some Abrades for artifacts, and then 4 Leyline of the Void.
Yeah.
I could potentially just leave in 2 Gut Shot and just do 2 Gut Shot and bring in 2 Saheeli's, and that might actually be better, so let's do that. I'm going to do that.
I think I should bring in Rest in Peace. It's good against Reveler, Phoenix,
It's not that good against Phoenix.
and you have
Stops the
flashback
nutter
cards.
draws.
Yeah,
It might be worthwhile in some small number.
I'm not sure. Like the also stops Finale. Like Teferi does too, but Rest in Peace just stops more things.
Yeah.
This would be require me to bring. I probably don't want all 4 Rest in Peace, but they seem better than these cards. I think I'd be pretty happy sideboarding like this.
Sure. No, I don't hate that. I do think that Time Raveler is a little mediocre. It was just really good in that one spot because I drew Finale immediately.
Yeah,
I only have 2 in the deck.
yeah. There's not a lot of there's not really any good targets for the -3. It's all 1 mana creatures, half of which have haste, and then Revelers like ETB abilities.
Mhm.
I could conceivably go lower on some of the Planeswalkers as sources of card advantage when I have Baneslayer.
Mhm.
But I'm also bringing out this creature because it's so bad against Gutshot and Lava Dart.
Okay.
Rest in Peace is bad with my snaps. That should be noted. So maybe if I could bring in all 4 and cut my snaps, down. I have more snaps than I can bring
I
out.
think Snapper is one of the better cards. I think you just have that non-synergy and Rest in
Yeah.
Peace Snap.
But it also means I probably don't want a million rest in pieces.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like the small
I like
numbers.
this, like
The
to
second
say-
Rest in Peace is horrific.
Yeah.
The first one is pretty good against me.
Yeah, these 4 cards are all, I think, the most obvious to bring out. These 4 are like functional, but not very good.
Mhm.
And these 6 are all very good. So I'll just fill the rest in with Rest in Peace, a card that I don't want a ton of, but is reasonably functional.
All right, what you got for me, Rob?
What do you think about Aria Flame in the Mono Red Phoenix deck?
That is one that I definitely had when I was playing a bunch of rituals, and you're just basically cycling through your hand constantly with Bedlam Reveler and Seasoned Pyromancer. I don't like it in this particular iteration because we rarely want to draw a third land, and Aria Flame, like, you really want cards that replace themselves, and in this deck, the only card that really replaces itself is Manamorphose, Light of Sage, kind of, and Bedlam Reveler, and the Bedlam Revelers are even like a small number of Bedlam Revelers. I think it's fine. It might be a fine sideboard card, like a 2 of or whatever, but it's not going to be nearly as busted as it is in Phoenix because literally every cantrip just finds another cantrip.
Yeah, the Phoenix deck has a lot more Phoenix deck has a lot more staying power than Mono Red, and that's actually really important for Aria because it lets you bypass the 10 life you give them.
Mhm.
You know, the Mono Red Phoenix deck is trying to really put them low by turn 3, and then you Aria, and then you have to cast like 5 spells to kill them still.
Mhm.
Whereas with Izzet, like sometimes you just don't, and you're all in on Aria from the start, and you only have to cast like 7 spells after you cast it. Not a big difference than 5, especially when all your spells cantrip.
So so it's clear, if you cast Aria Flame, you have to cast 4 instant or sorceries to break even. The 5th instant or sorcery is when you actually go above the 10 life gained by it, and it's usually somewhere around 8 spells for the Aria to kill by itself. And then, that's assuming your opponent doesn't gain any life and your spells don't deal any damage.
Yes.
I think Aria Flame is fantastic in the Izzet Phoenix version because it literally just kills them while you play Magic. And in the Mono Red Phoenix deck, I feel like it just doesn't really feel the same.
Yeah.
The minus 10 life you have to deal or whatever is a significant amount compared to how your deck is constructed. But in the version that I was talking about with the Bedlam Revelers and Seasoned Pyromancer, like, you kind of do what the Izzet Phoenix deck is doing. You just do it with creatures instead of spells.
Yeah, so then it makes more sense there. I could still see it as a sideboard card because it dodges Graveyard Hate, unlike Bedlam Reveler.
Sure.
So if people go that route against you, you can board an Aria.
Mhm.
I know early lists of the deck were playing Shrine of Burning Rage to do
That
similar
card.
effect.
That card seems nice. Can I have some of those? We got any of those in the room, Rob?
I do not.
All right, let's do.
That card was also just very good against Death Shadow, right? Wasn't that part of the reason they were playing it?
Yeah. With that Shadow kind of on the out and out, not a whole lot of people showing up with Shadow lately.
Yeah, we did have one question. Ross, what do you think about Factor Fiction as a one-of in the blue-white control decks? Is that just too cute?
No, I think Factor Fiction is quite powerful and will show up in small numbers in these control decks.
Yeah.
It's nice to have at least one of your big card draw effects be something that you can Snapcaster.
Well, also something you can play at instant speed while you're holding out Cryptic Command.
Yeah.
I think there's a possibility that Jason Mind Sculptor is like just not good in the Azorius control decks. Hear me out. Just let me. I said possibility, right? It hurts. It hurts to hear.
I know you're high on Possibility Storm right now, but maybe keep the possibilities to a minimum.
I'm saying I think Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, is a better card, and I think that if you want to play the like draw go version, right, where you just don't do anything on your own turn except cast Teferi and untap 2 lands, there's a chance that just playing Factor Fiction over Jason Mind Sculptor is correct. Just because you want to get full value out of things like Cryptic Command, and once you tap out for a Jace, it makes things a little more awkward. And if Force of Negation is not a card you want access to, and you want to hold up Mana Leaks and Cryptic Commands and things like that, like, tapping out for Jace is dangerous. When people were talking about unbanning Jace, I was on the side of I thought it would be way too good. A lot of people thought it would be unplayable. I think it kind of landed somewhere in the middle, leaning towards maybe good, but not way too good. Not even.
It's been a format staple for the most part.
It's been like a 1 or 2 of, but it's never like, oh my God, Jace, not again. Like in Legacy, when you play against a Jace, it's just like, Jesus Christ, it's so stupid. It's so good. In Modern, it's like, okay, like, I can maybe still beat this if I have a couple of good draws, right? I'm just saying, Factor Fiction's a really good card. if you want to play a bunch of cryptic commands in a draw go game, there is a chance that there is a build that features a lot of Factor Fiction and no Jace. That's all I'm saying.
That is it's a possibility. I'll give you that. But I do think these lists should be exploring Factor Fiction because that card is really good.
Yeah,
and everybody who hasn't been playing for the last 20 years has no idea how to split Factor Fiction piles.
I don't even know if I'm any good at it anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's been so long.
All right, so I'm going to be on the play here for game number 2 with Mono Red Phoenix versus Azorius Control, and my hand is a Ghouler.
My hand is medium.
Bang.
19.
Here we go.
I guess there used to be a mini Factor Fiction, right? Didn't one of the Jaces do that as a minus?
Sure.
I'm at 17.
I do not.
Jace Architect of Thought did a small Factor Fiction.
You shocked?
Yeah, I'm at 17.
Okay.
And you're at 23.
I've drawn for turn. I will play my land and say go.
That's good. I will play an island and pass the turn.
Beijing wants to know, do you have any best practices for splitting piles? Or is it all just contextual on the game?
It is
Sure,
very
most of it is.
contextual.
Always contextual. You better counter this. It's going to kill you. Or I guess you can just purge it.
Certainly countering it. The question is which counterspell I use.
Oh,
Yeah. Let's veto it.
your turn.
And pass the turn. Mainly like that. Was hoping not to see a 4th land, but Todd is pretty incentivized to not. You have 3 cards in hand. That's fine. Okay, pretty happy to see that.
I'm not sure if that's right, but drawing looting when you don't have Phoenix is just such a bummer.
Yep. Hase.
Yep.
I will +2 on myself. And I want that, so keep it on top. No, I don't want that. Force of Negation.
Come on.
Pitch Narset.
Go.
Brainstorm. Rest in peace. Trigger.
Woof.
You can go. That was bad play. My part. I don't think it's going to matter, but
Spike Jace.
I'm really worried about Todd following that up with Swift Spear plus a random spell. If he just has another bolt, then countering this one is like...
Dart, you light up the stage.
I'm at 16.
Land. Go.
Brainstorm.
Yep.
Call an aid, pass.
Bolt Jace. Spike Jace.
Cryptic, counter draw.
There you went.
There you see the real power of Jace and these Planeswalkers with Force of Negation. I was able to tap out very early, and then Jace very quickly recoups the card disadvantage from the Force.
Yeah.
I think that Force of Negation might really push these Azorius control decks away from that model that you were talking about with Factor Fiction and more towards Planeswalkers, just because that line is so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to use your removal early just to keep the battlefield clear or some counter spells.
Ross having the counter spells for both Saheeli's was unfortunate. I was really relying on that. With my triple Faithless Looting draw, I just needed some way to actually turn those Faithless Lootings into actual card economy with either Saheeli or Phoenix, and just failed to do so.
Did we only play one pre-board game?
Yeah. That's 2-0 right now.
Okay.
Time is it?
It is 2:43.
All right. Time for maybe 5, but probably not. I'll just concede quickly if I'm losing, and then we'll be done. Keep.
Keep. That was
It's not even good.
a
Just
confident keep.
it's not good. My hand is really bad, actually. But it could be really good next turn.
I think you're lying to me.
My hand is... Okay, chat. Let's get a straw poll. Is my hand remotely good? The answer is absolutely not. But it could be, right? All it takes is one card.
I'll keep this hand.
Your turn.
That's awkward. Pass.
Dart you.
19.
Fly up the stage.
I really wish I had force, but I don't.
Your turn.
Rest in peace. Would you like the lava dart in response?
I want to throw obscenities at you is what I want to do because I have 2 Phoenixes in my hand. I need the Phantom Sonic! Just not even going to cast either of these.
You know, the finale, not so good.
Chad is basically saying, yes, Todd, those are some cards.
Here we go.
Those are indeed a Magic the Gathering cards.
Man, I really love playing a graveyard
Pass.
deck that doesn't do anything when your opponent casts a Rest in Peace. Attack for 3.
So you're at 19 from that. I am going to purge this.
Great.
Okay, well, haven't drawn another land. Let's play a Narset
I'm feeling really bad for you, bro.
minus. And I am going to take an opt so I can hit lands. You're at 18 from the canyon? Yeah, 18 and 19?
Yep. Here you go.
Rhino Broverturf in chat would like to say they've heard chatter about cutting the Phoenixes.
Yeah. Is that Ryan? Okay. Yeah, some versions cut Phoenix. Ryan is specifically working on the Blister Core version. But, I mean, you still have 4 Bedlam Revelers in your deck, Ryan. Like, you know, it's not great. I don't know. I really hope that they just ban Altar of Dementia so that other graveyard decks can actually exist.
You can go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm at 13. You're at 17.
Go. The old oh crap! What's the
sorry.
4 minute
Play-
Snare Thopter beatdown? Yeah, here it comes.
Play that on your end set.
Sure, you got me.
Certainly not doing anything else.
I guess at some point you could Cryptic bounce, Rest in Peace, draw, and then Snapcatcher could be good.
Think I will just dig for a path here.
Brick, please. That's not so bad.
Oust 1 Arclight and attack for 2. So you're up 1 on the exchange. You're at 18.
Okay.
You can go.
So if I Faithless Looting...
You discard 2 other cards from your hand.
Oh, because the never mind. Okay.
Yeah, shouldn't do that.
I'm going to bolt you.
I am at 10.
I'll light up the stage.
Yep.
Play this. Say go.
Attack for 2.
16.
You can go.
Draw a card.
Yep.
Go on draw. Yeah. Okay. Untap. Draw for turn. Cast this.
Counter or bounce the other one.
Go.
Attack for 2.
14.
Teferi.
Yep.
+1. Untap 2. Now I'm in excellent shape.
Yeah, this matchup feels
Touch and go there for a second.
That's the old version of the deck that played Fire Temper.
Swift Spear is fine.
Looting Trigger.
Sure.
Discard 2 Bedlam Revelers.
You're so close to casting them.
Play Swift Spear.
That also resolves.
Play Faithless Looting. Trigger.
Yep. Discard 2 lands, so I know you have a Phoenix in hand, and
Alright. Let's go you.
I'll purge the big rock.
It's just gonna never work.
So I take 2, go to 8.
Sure. Here you
go. Plus here.
Mm-hmm.
Attack for 2. You're 12. Play a Snapcaster, untap 2 lands. You're up.
Phoenix.
Counter draw.
Attack.
Block.
Got shot at this one.
Path that.
You win. Good God. Man, Blood Moon actually would have been really good. Unfortunate.
Yeah, Blood Moon is sometimes good against these Aureus decks, sometimes not.
Yeah, the turn 2 Rest in Peace was just the killer. Like, I literally hit the perfect card off the live the stage. I had 2 Phoenixes in hand, and next turn I was going to get to go, like, any spell, Faithless Looting, Flashback, Lava Dart, guaranteed, and have 2 Phoenixes, but that Rest in Peace was killer, man. I guess you could have just had, like, Dovin's Veto on your turn 2 or something to counter
any counter spell.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Rob. Let's wrap this up. Bad matchup for Mono Red Phoenix. Mono Red Phoenix. Bad deck. Bad deck.
I got to tell you, I've played a bit with the Mono Red Phoenix deck now, and I've yet to be impressed. I know sometimes
you wanted to put it in the gauntlet.
Well, so I think people will,
that one.
I wanted to put it in the gauntlet because I think people will play it.
Sure.
And I've been impressed at playing against it. There are games where like their draws are really good.
Mhm.
I lost to it with Izzet earlier this week, where like they just turned 3'd me once, and I was going to turn 4 them on the play pretty easily, and I just didn't have a lightning bolt on the early turns. But I felt like if I just had one lightning bolt in either of the games that we played, I would have won easily. And there, like, I think I would have been really far behind in game 2. I ousted your turn 1 Swift Spear. That oust was not my hand, and I drew the oust, and it set everything in motion. So like that one piece of interaction, and the deck sort of becomes a house of cards.
Mhm.
And that's why I haven't liked it relative to the Izzet deck. When your thing dies playing Izzet, you have a lot of ways to reload, better interaction. Like you're not playing Lava Spike. Instead, you get Magmatic Sinkhole, and you have just more ways to find your 4 lightning bolts and Lava Dart or Gut Shot or counter spells in the post-board games against combo decks or control decks, things like that. So you're able to withstand the disruption a lot more easily than the red deck. And but as a trade-off, you don't get as many turn 3, turn 4 kills. And against the Hogak deck that isn't really interacting with you, the metagame has shifted to value that speed over the resilience, and that's why we've seen more mono red popping up and a little bit less Izzet.
It's also why you're seeing stuff like Infect start to come back, because when people aren't interacting with you, there are decks that are arguably faster / more consistently turn 3 kills than the Hogak deck. It's just the Hogak deck can turn 3 or turn 4 kill you through multiple pieces of interaction. And that's the draw of the deck. And that's why everyone is just kind of up in arms about it. I've seen a lot of people be like defenders of it, be like, oh, there's not really been a lot of info yet. No real large tournaments. You're getting it this weekend. And, and just because a deck doesn't perform, because the entire rest of the format became this like huge reactionary movement to it in order to keep it in check, like with 6, 7, 8 pieces of graveyard hate in the sideboard,
and it's still the most played deck with multiple copies of top 8.
Yeah, that's not that's just not, it's not fair to ask that of every other deck.
Yes.
To carry that weight, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the Hogak deck existing. I'm going to be very happy if something gets banned in like a week or 2.
Yes, I'm expecting something to be banned. Maybe it doesn't, in which case, it's going to be a rough couple months playing Modern.
I'm gonna go on a Twitter tirade Rampage.
Oh, that'll be a fun day. Now I'm kind of hoping nothing gets banned just to see your reaction.
They're like, we're gonna ban carrion feeder. We want the deck to still exist in its current form.
Four greater Gargadon, and we're done. Now I can have an 8/8 and a 9/7 on turn 2.
Yeah.
Oh, 17U, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hogak probably will errata Hogak to have haste.
Anyway, we still have one more match. Do we have any good questions, or should we just move on? No? Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Moving on.
Take a bit of a break.
Yeah, we're going to come back. We're not going to spin a wheel.
We're gonna spin a wheel.
Because we got 2 decks left. And we both want the good one.
Don't tell them what they are yet.
I'm not.
We'll reveal them before we spin when we come back.
Sure. Why?
Because then there's more drama for the spin because everybody knows what's going on. There's still a reveal.
Okay.
And then
like it.
And then we'll spin and we'll play the last match and we'll play it for some marbles because it's 1-1 right now.
All right. Well, don't go. We'll be right back for more Versus Live.